Alrighty, hello boys and girls, my name is Alex. So I'm here to tell you about how Jagex just released a new quest this week called Secrets of the North. And it came with the release of the new Venator Bow. That's this purple beauty that you see me wielding right here. The Venator Bow has a passive effect that is actually very unique to Old School RuneScape. It's a ricochet effect. So when you shoot an arrow, it can bounce off the original target and hit several other targets. And I'm going to show you how to get the most out of this weapon. First of all, the bow does require arrows. I'm using Amethyst. In order to use the passive effect, you need to charge the bow with Ancient Essence. I have currently 7,726 charges. Now, this Ancient Essence is a new item that you can either obtain from killing the new Phantom Muspa boss, or, if you're a main account, you could simply buy it on the Grand Exchange. Now, this bow has completely revolutionized the Catacombs of Karen, especially for lazy players like myself. Usually, you can't use a cannon in the Catacombs, and that remains true, and grinding out ancient shards for the Arclight or totem pieces to fight SKOTIZO is a pain. But no longer. The Venator Bow allows you to AFK in the Catacombs, and I'm sure it has some other powerful uses that we have yet to unlock. Okay, so let's talk gear. In order to use the bow for the maximum AFK time, you want to maximize your prayer bonus, and you mostly want to neglect range strength and ranged attack bonus. This is because you want to maximize how long your prayer lasts, and you don't actually want to kill some of the monsters too quickly, or else you won't have a target to lock onto. I'll show you that soon though. But basically this is what I've got going here. The Bone Crusher necklace, which gives a pretty insane prayer bonus. Ancient D'hide Body, which gives a little bit of ranged attack bonus and prayer bonus. Devout Boots and Holy Wraps, which give a good prayer bonus. Ring of the Gods, prayer bonus. Nia Tiznot Helm, prayer bonus. Ranging Cape picks up my arrows and gives a prayer bonus. And then obviously the bow. Now in terms of inventory, you want to have at least 15 prayer potions. Fill the rest with some ranging potions. I brought teleports, Holy Wrench, Ash Sanctifier, and some Alch runes just for convenience sake. Okay, so here is a little tip for you. You're going to want to go into your settings of RuneLight, and you're going to want to search for Logout Timer. Now click on this, and actually make sure the idle timeout is set to 25 minutes. This is useful for a variety of reasons in the game if you haven't discovered it yet, but Jagex no longer forces you to log out after 5 minutes of inactivity. Instead, you get 25 minutes of bank standing or whatever other nonsense before you're kicked back out to the login screen. Set this to 25. Okay, so I don't like to mess around, so I'm going to test this bad baby out here in the Catacombs from the spots that I find most useful to the spots I find least useful. Now, I've tested this already on every monster in the Catacombs, so if a monster isn't in this video, it's because I've decided it's not worth killing with the new bow. All of the monsters in this video are assigned to Slayer tasks, so if you're a lazy son of a gun like me, and you're not using Konar, you can AFK these tasks basically completely. The only thing you're going to have to do is drink a prayer potion every now and then. Okay, so here we are at Abyssal Demons. This is far and away the best monster to use the Venator Bow on in the Catacombs. All you need to do is arrive here with a loaded Venator Bow, activate your Protect from Melee prayer, and attack one of the demons. As you see, the bow will hit one, and it will bounce off to one that you didn't attack, and this will aggro that monster to you. With my current prayer bonus and prayer points, we're looking at nearly 10 minutes of AFK time killing Abyssal Demons. This may not be the most efficient way of grinding totems, but it certainly is the most AFK way to get totem pieces, shards, hard and elite clues, and even the occasional Abyssal Whip, which certainly helps earn back the money lost on charging the bow. The only downside to killing demons is that once about every 15 minutes or so, you get so unlucky with the RNG that you kill all the demons and you have none left to attack. If you have the idle notifier turned on in RuneLight, you can be alerted when this happens. This is going to be my method for stacking up totems in order to complete the SKOTIZO log and get that awesome purple pet. Okay, next up is Blood Veils. The method for this is exactly the same as the Abyssal Demons. You'll notice that the Bloodvelds have more HP, and they're all stuck kind of closer together. So this bow will essentially keep you here forever with a 0% chance of killing all the targets and going idle. This is a slightly slower, but even more AFK way to grind out totem pieces, ancient shards, and even completely AFK a Slayer task. Alrighty, now I personally love these next two because I'm a bit of a clue scroll fiend. Jellies. The same principle applies here. But these fellas have a 1 in 64 chance of dropping a hard clue scroll, so you could AFK them for totems, shards, and hard clues. And the thing about jellies is they have their HP is right between Abyssal Demons and Bloodvelds. So the speed at which you kill them is a little bit slower than demons, a little bit faster than Bloodvelds. But there's just so many of them that the odds of you going AFK in this, or the odds of you going idle attacking these is slim to none. And hard clues are awesome, and these guys are pretty easy totem pieces too. Now the same thing goes for these Dagonoths, except they drop medium clues. And these Dagonoths are so much easier because just look how many of them there are. You're never going to go idle in this room. And the upside is you're going to kill them a lot more rapidly, which might actually make this the quickest way to get totem pieces that's on this list. So keep that in mind if you're solely here for totem pieces. Alrighty, Hellhounds are a little bit lower on this list because the total AFK time that you get with them is only about 5 or 6 minutes. They're kind of spread out throughout this room here, and a lot of their attack radiuses end in the center of the room, so it's kind of hard to aggro them all. But it's still very AFK, it yields totem pieces, it yields shards, it yields hard clues, and if you're really lucky you can even get a smoldering stone here. And again, if you'd like to AFK a Slayer task, this is not a bad option. Okay, this is an interesting one that I didn't actually think would work, but it definitely did, neck rails. So I turned on for Protect from Melee, and I started attacking them, and their minions do deal damage, but it wasn't enough to kill me in a short period of time. So if bursting these guys is a little too click intensive for you, perhaps you could use a bow to AFK the task. And again, I wouldn't necessarily use this as a best way to get totems or ancient shards, but again, if you know anything about neck rails, you know how quickly and how frequently they drop rune items, so it might actually be profitable. At the very least, it'll help. At the very least, it will help to recoup some of the costs of using the Venator Bow. Okay, so that's it for testing the Venator Bow in the Catacombs of Kourend. Hope you're able to get some real serious work done as you AFK your way to greatness with this awesome new bow. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this, like and comment if you didn't, and